Today I'm going to take you through partial range handstand push-ups. Now this is partial ranges at extreme, so for the beginner learning their handstand push-ups, for the intermediate that's getting close to the handstand push-up, and then for the advanced taking their handstand push-up to an extreme from a range of motion. I'm going to use this as my session today, plus I was challenged by Jason to see whether I could get my head to the yoga block with the boxes on the medium height. Now I have got filthy hands today. I've been doing the brake pads on my car. I've got a furry animal. I'm trying a new microphone. So let's just see how that sounds. Let me know in the comments if there's any issues. Now, normal deal with the handstand push-ups, we need to know the pathway. If we're going to go partial range, we need to know what the pathway looks like. So standard handstand push-up, we want to be in that open shoulder position. Whoop. So open shoulder position. The first thing that happens is I break at the shoulder, and then I start to bend the elbows. Head comes down towards the floor to make a triangle with the hands, and then it reverses that back up again. That's what you get in Australia, little friend. Okay, exactly the same, but if you're doing the advanced option, we'll be up on an elevated surface and doing the same. Shoulders come forwards, elbows break, all the way down as far as you can, and then reverse that back up again to the open shoulder position there. So that's the pathway we're looking for. Triangle at the bottom, shoulder stand position, so that balanced position at the bottom. If you're doing the elevated, just down to the triangle and back up if you're doing the standard version. Now with the partial range, we could look at it that we're trying to increase our range of motion in strength and or balance. Now obviously if we're going to use something like a wall or a post to assist us, we're working more strength, less balance, but still try and have your toes very light on the floor. Now you want to use a target. Now a yoga block is a really good idea because you've got 3 different sizes, different heights. So I'm going to place that at the triangle point. So I make a triangle with the hands, and I'm going to use the post to start with to have a little bit of assistance from a balance point of view. I break at the shoulder, keep in a strong position, bend the elbow slightly, kiss the head to the block, reverse that back up again. If that feels okay, obviously I just decrease the height. Same triangle again, kiss. You can walk back up if you need to, up the wall or up the post, come back down again. And then pretty simple, we're just going to go deeper and deeper through that range of motion. Now freestanding is exactly the same. Now the thing we want to focus on the freestand is we want to show control at the top of the movement and through the range of the motion. What we don't want to do is do something like, ooh, something like that. What we don't want to do is something like this, kiss our head to it, and then not catch the balance at the top. So most people will overbalance or underbalance. Now remember with the handstand push-ups, we want a slight overbalance. That's actually going to help us get through the movement and make it easier, but the risk is that we fall over when we come back around the top. So ideally, kissing the target, coming up, showing control, 1 to 2 to 4 to 5 repetitions before you decrease the height and then go again. Now once we have it on the floor, we can start to go deficit. So up on a box or a step, same thing, you just start to use the target just below to see whether you can get back. Same thing with the balance, we want to show control at the top of the movement, hold with control, come back out again. Ideally doing it freestanding, but if you need to, you could have your feet up against the wall. Now most people's goal with the deficit is to try and go all the way down to that shoulder stand position, or when your chest or your shoulders touch the box or your collarbone touches there, and then get back up to there. So once you have that, you could then go towards 90-degree handstand push-ups. Today, especially because I've been challenged, I'm going to try and go beyond that. Now when we get beyond it, we have to try and open up the arms a little bit to go deeper into the position. You have to sort of play with the distance your boxes or parallettes are. So the height I've been challenged on is the yoga block up on its end, and then using these boxes. Now I think these are 24-inch, so on the medium height. You can turn it over, which is I think is 20. The highest one is 30 inches. So on the 24-inch box, trying to get my forehead to touch the block. And as you can see, if I just go to that normal shoulder stand position, I'm quite a distance away from the block. So I'm going to have to reach out forwards to see if I can get forehead to touch. And my boxes have definitely seen better days. Okay, need to move these boxes a little bit wider. Okay, I just made it. Actually, pushing back up wasn't too hard. It was more just finding that block at the bottom. So I had to close the hips slightly and change my shape to not fall over balanced, but then corrected that and got back up to my hold position at the top. Here. Let me know in the comments how deep you can go in your handstand push-ups, whether it's against the wall or freestanding, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, guys. And remember to check out the website if you're looking for online coaching, so www.paultwyman.com.au.